Wing mirror needs a bit of gaff tape on her. Old Fiesta. Minor TLC required. Just waiting for the Talbot to come in, but this MGB has sprung a leak.
Last time, just provisional at 3.9. That's just provisional with you at 3.9.
Yeah, I could see why it may be provisional. But yeah, these lads are committed. They've got like a camera on a little trolley thing going underneath. Must be checking for corrosion. Either that or they're looking for a bomb.
Today's video is sponsored by Autodoc. Now, Autodoc is an online parts service with a huge range of parts available to your door. In fact, over 4 million parts from 800 different suppliers. Simply go to autodoc.co.uk or you can download their app. Type in a registration number and you will have access to a huge array of parts, whether it's suspension parts, braking parts, engine parts, you name it, they've got it. For cars, motorcycles and vans. Simply click on the parts you need, add them to your basket and you will have them dispatched to you straight away. Autodoc has got so many parts available. In fact, they have just got me out of a problem that I was facing with a customer. You see, I was after an air conditioning pump, a compressor pump for a customer of mine, and I couldn't get hold of one here in the UK. Nobody had any stock. And the only place I could get one from was from the dealer, and costing me a huge amount of money, but I managed to get one via Autodoc straight away, go online, type my reg in, and I had access to not only one, but 3 or 4 different brands. Simply selected on the part, and within a week I managed to get that customer back on the road with their car and saved me over £1,000. So I cannot stress enough how good Autodoc are at finding parts that you might not be able to get still here in the UK or maybe on back order. And also the prices are some of the best out there. Plus it gets better because at the moment Autodoc have got a promotion on where you get an additional 5% off by using the promo code Car UK. So if you're in need of parts or you're struggling to source parts, I cannot recommend Autodoc enough. So get yourself over to autodoc.co.uk or download their app today.
Evening all, welcome back to the Car UK channel, and you join me today, a very special one. We're at Anglia Car Auctions in Norfolk, which is very flat, as we take a look around the January Classic Car Sale here. Over 2 days, it's Saturday today, we're only here for today's sale. Now, the reason we're here today is obviously to have a look around, do a little bit of filming, have a bit of a nice day out, but also maybe actually to buy some vehicles. I do want to come away today with at least 2. I'll be satisfied with 1, but 2 ideally classic vehicles, which I'm planning on maybe retail one of them and look to maybe raffle one off. And say there's a few contenders here today, some really interesting cars. So without further ado, let's get ourselves registered, get that old catalogue, get ourselves looking around first and see what we can try and eye up to win today at Anglia Car Auctions. Right, it's a bit noisy in here, so bear with us, but we're interested in this K10 Micra. No reserve. Bit of bird shit on it, but other than that, it's beautiful. Last one I bought of these cost me 20 quid. I think this is going to do a bit more. 1 litre LS, 8 reg. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's busy in here today. Look at that there. Japanese engineering at its finest. Basic, but works. It says here, the car still retains some original features such as the AVG supplying dealer number plates. The odometer shows 78,000 miles. How are we doing? You alright?
Hello, yeah.
This is a lovely thing. I'm really interested in that. First of the minis, look, 298. 94 and 17,000 miles on the odometer showing. Price 2.5, 3.5 grand. Look inside. Manual. It's nice inside. Whether that mileage is genuine or not, you'd have to do a bit more digging in a minute on it, but it's got that lovely smell. Oh, mini smell. A little bit at the bottom going. And that really, they say it isn't too bad, it wants a little bit like fettling. Look on the roof, that's a shame. There you go. Bit of lack of peel on the corner. It's not cheap enough. This way we're looking at the Mini, an old Mini, looking at the old boot floors. Not too bad for what it is. Now this is what we're really interested in today. G40 Polo. These are the creme de la creme of small hot hatches. You had your Fiat Unos, turbos, you had your RS Turbo 4s, but the G40 was where it's at. Supercharged.
I know, that's beautiful. Got marks on a couple of dents on the boot.
A little bit, pretty clean for its age, but a little bit on the boot going up the top here. What's really doing that does. Take the badges off and do it. Put it on the corner, yeah. But other than that, ain't that bad. One of them, that is very, very light work. Painted cars worse that come into our place than this. 30,000 showing on the clock. That's a lovely thing. Guide of 5 to 6 grand. Can't see it doing that. I think it'll do a bit more than that. We're going to have a go. Beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, 282. Fiat Coupe or Fiat Turbo, whatever takes your fancy. 20 valve turbo. It is got an MOT till July, done approximately 48,000 miles, and 2 former keepers, according to the V5C. With a new cam out water pump just 1,000 miles ago. Now these were a really decent car. Usually find them in black, yellow, and red. These are the common colours. Yellow ones are very popular. My colleague who's with me today used to work on a lot of these. He likes them. And in fairness, actually, they're all right. In fairness, they're quite a well-built thing for what they were. Obviously, people associate Fiats with pieces of rubbish and tap, but these were actually not bad. Lovely inside. I'm not a fan of red, but I do like this. I could be tempted to buy this. I could be tempted. Could be. We'll see. I think I've driven one, but only for like MOTs and sort of in and out of the car park. I've never really been on the road on one, but I'd imagine they go like the wind. The guide on it is, I think it's about 4.5 grand, 5 grand territory, which is about right for one of those. I mean, I've seen it retailing more than that, but I've maybe got an idea for that possibly. But it looks pretty straight. I have to be careful with red because red is a bugger to paint at the best of times, and particularly when you've got an old car like this when the paint's all faded. Trying to match it up with new paint is a nightmare. Make sure it's not hiding anything down this side. No, it looks pretty straight. It's alright for what it is. I'll put that one down on the list. Sod it, might have a go at that. I spotted this Mini. This is a real nice one. A bit more than the others, but it's probably worth it to be honest. 4.5 to 5 grand guide on it. In red, 1 free I special, so 1 free petrol one injection on the L plate. So this is the early injection ones. It's a lovely thing. It's been tastefully modified in places, but it's not been overdone. And it's just a really, really nice thing. And it's quite solid by the looks of it. Midlands build quality. And it's just really clean all round. It's been looked after. It's solid.
Smells of Schultz.
Smells of Schultz. And there's a bit edgy in them corners. You might want a little bit of fettling, but it's a Mini at the end of the day. Not exactly difficult to work on. And it's very, very straight and clean. I think that is a high contender for today. Rubber gems. Midget. 77 midget. Rubber bumper model. Never was a fan of the rubber bumper models, or the midgets and the Bs. 1.5 petrol. You don't look a bad old thing though. Get the wind in your hair. They're not guiding a lot of these. They're quite. You want just a fun little summer car. Get into the classic market. That's not a bad one to go with. Still need a bit of love and care because at the end of the day it's a British Leyland product and they rock like hell. But that's not a bad starting block. You can get past the sort of orangey red colour they used to put in these. Very pastel colour. Then we've got a pickup. Skoda Felicia Fun pickup. That's a bright thing. Another one you're not losing in the car park. Even match the wheels up. Beautiful. Just found another Mini. It's a 1000E City E. These were very cheap in the day. Probably the cheapest cars you could buy. On the old J-Reg, unless you're buying an old lad. On the J-Reg. Quite clean actually, got a guide of 2.5 to 3.5. I suspect it'll do a bit more than that. I think that's just a bit of a tempting guide. But it's nice. Very clean. Really clean. Probably why it's inside. Put all the nice stuff in here. Oh, look at that there. Look, beautiful. A few bits and bobs there, keep you going, and old dizzy. Set of points. That's clean. There's no way that's going to do 2.5, 3 grand. Maybe more sort of 4 to 5 is probably a bit more realistic. Bloody hell. Masses of work. New panels, exhaust, battery, headlines, door sills, soundproofing, carpets, water hoses, petrol pump. There's that much on there. I'm getting bored reading it. But you can go by that. It's probably a decent car. She's solid, Mr. Reed. She's solid. Oh wow, she's solid. That's top of the list now, I think. Joint top with that red one. That's a nice thing. Sort of a Mini. Well, made on a Mini. Wolseley awning. Lovely colour. Guide of 3 to 4 grand. I do like a Wolseley awning, but I just prefer a Mini. Oh, she's posh. She's a Wolseley. Look at that. Cute. Different gear stick position. Different door handles on them. And a little bit of a boot on it. Another gem. 205. Nothing fancy. It's not a GTI. Don't worry. It's a. I think it's a bog standard 1.4 petrol. Might be a 1.1. Let's have a look. 205 GL. Yeah, 1.1 GL. Very good example. I'd agree with that. Got a guide on at 2.5, 3 grand. Which, for what it is, it's, probably is worth that, but there's probably other things today that'll be more interesting. But I do like it. I used to like the 205s. I used to buy loads of these. 1.1 petrols and some automatic ones. Obviously, didn't have many GTIs, they were still strong money. But diesel ones, I used to love a 1.9 diesel. Oh, and 1.8 and 1.9 diesels. XUD and stuff like that. But it's a very clean example. In fairness, if you just want a cheap classic that's going to be reliable and not too much to work on, that's probably a good, not a bad contender, because they were quite well built, these, and they weren't really prone to rot. Another gem here, CRX. Saw this last night, got a guide of 5 to 7 grand. A little bit disappointed with it, if I'm honest, because there's a few marks on it. I expected it to be a bit cleaner than this. Bashed in wing, which is a shame. We've got a little bit on the arch. Really, that quarter wants redoing, but it looks like it's had put in it before. It doesn't take away the fact of what it is now. Amazing car they were. These were really superb.
Yes, certainly is.
Swing cam, 16 valve. There's about 130 brakes, something like that. A nice old thing, these. You know, it's not horrendous. I mean, it just wants a little bit of fettling and body work on it. Lovely inside. These were superb vehicles. Really were. But would you buy that, or would you ever go with the G40? I'd be tempted to go for the G40, to be honest, over that. So all that on the maybe list. Oh, now we're talking. She's got me written all over it. I bought and sold many of these in my time. Rover 214, Rover 200. 3-door one as well in silver. No reserve. A few little marks on her. Oh, what a car she is. And all these like back of my hand. Done 30,000 miles. This is a box standard 214, which means it will have a the 1.4 8-valve Rover Metro engine in. They did do a 16-valve ones of these, obviously, but they did do an 8-valve 1.4, and they even did a 1.1 of these. 1.1 8-valve, the Metro they put in them. Rover 211. The brother had one in racing green. It was lovely. And these were quite a nice thing. These are actually a lot better than the later Rover 25s, because this is in the days of the BMW ownership, before the new owners came along and started nicking things out of the car. Project Drive, anyone knows what that means. So these are just like, you know, they have little bits of trim on the door, and they're just a bit better quality inside and stuff before they started like ransacking them. Wind me down windows though, a few basics. But I mean, this is just going to be cheap money, I think. If this is anywhere under £1 grand, I could be tempted to buy it, but I shouldn't really be buying it, but there we go. Just come across this RS Turbo, not on our radar, I'll be honest with you, but it's a nice thing, but it does need a lot of work doing to it. It looks clean on the pictures, but you can see it's had arches in it and it's a bit cracked, and supposedly it's been recommissioned, but still needs quite a lot of work doing to it. Bit of paint on the tailgate. Under the bonnet, we've had a look under there. It's looked like it's been overheating and just been plated up, and have wings on it which aren't quite 100%. It'd make a car for someone, but you're going to throw probably 4 or 5 grand at that just to get it right again. Minimum, maybe more. There's a guy who's 7 to 9 on. It's a little fixer-upper. It'll draw attention and no doubt make stupid money. Another City E. I suspect that is not the original colour of 82, but it is a nice colour. It's got that sort of whiff of early 70s British Leyland green, like an Oxford. Well, I don't know if it's an Oxford green. Is it called that? Maybe not. I'm not great on colours, but I know it's got that old retro feel to it. On an 82, I feel as though this is not right for the period. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I suspected it to be not have this interior in. I could be wrong on that. Cracking build quality, but it's clean, very clean, and it's not got a bad reserve on it. So I think it's a potential. Oh yeah, a little bit. It's solid enough. In on for a Massey Ferguson. I think that'd be take us a while to get that home. Put the A50. Now this is my sort of thing. It's a bit of fire. Art free. That's a proper 2-seater sports car. 1300 model though. This baby engine, but it's lovely condition. Really smart. I love that. Don't mean I'm going to buy it today, if I'm honest with you. Not a guide of 8 to 10 grand on, but I do like a Spitfire. Moving on, big Defender. Well, sorry, not Defender. What am I going to say? We'll get all the Land Rover people in the comments. It's a Series 2. I've owned one of these in the past. 3 litre Perkins diesel engine. That'll still be going probably long after I'm dead and buried. Old Fiesta. Minor TLC required.
You've got our vision to look at a car like this, haven't you? You've got our vision.
And some wet and dry sandpaper.
Yeah, a lot of it, yeah.
Rat rod, isn't it?
Rat rod, yeah.
Yeah, patina, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely will take up a few cylinders this would get right. Do you know what? I bet it still does fortunes. 1L. Blimey, O'Reilly. I haven't seen one of these in years. I used to buy and sell these like they're going out of fashion. Well, we did actually. Frontierers. Vauxhall Frontierers. Look, 2 sport ones, 3-door. They're the ones to have. We sell loads of petrol one of these, 2 litre petrol, the old Cavalier engine in them. 2 litre ice, got the old 8 valve overhead cam engine in. Do you know what? These things were really good sellers, but they used to depreciate like hell, and they were a bit troublesome. But always look the part though. You don't see any of them anymore. We've got plenty we're getting on with in here. This could be a bit of me. I'm only joking. Now these are all in tomorrow's sale, so there's nothing in here we're going to be looking at that's suitable for us today because we're not going to be here tomorrow. But we'll have a look around. In fairness, a lot of them are probably a bit out of my league. Head over for a Jensen. These were unbelievable. Probably the best name for a car ever made. Maybe you fancy a Ferrari? Left hooker. Do we dare open it? Don't want to set any alarms off. Let's not. There. Red, obviously, of course. You've got to have a red Ferrari. Maybe black takes your fancy for a Ferrari. Don't like them lenses. Ooh. Them lenses, honestly, they bug me. And people were saying, no, you can't change them. But I can't live with those. That would just be too orange. Right, BB. Another left ducker. Now we're talking. Integrale. Proper car. Do you want to have a guide price on that one? What do you reckon? 10,000, 20,000, 30,000? No, try a guide price of 80 to 90,000 pounds. Yeah. You remember when they were probably like 5, 10 grand 20 years ago in the Auto Trader? I bet you wish you bought one. I bet I wish I bought several of them and put them away somewhere. Because that is stunning. Not the best colour, I'll be honest with you. White or yellow, the later ones, Evo 2s they were called, or something like that. Obviously I've never owned one of these. I got offered they did do 1.6 turbo version of these. It's just the obviously standard Delta. And I got offered it for 700 quid with all the Martini pack on it, and I turned it down. Slight regret. And these are all in tomorrow again, so unfortunately we're not going to see these go through the sale. But we'll have a look. Oh yes, Cosworth. My colleagues are all over this. That's a nice thing. Again, talk about cars that were 3 to 5 grand in the Auto Trader 15, 20 years ago. That's a really, really nice example. Really nice example. Guide price of about 20 to 25 grand on it. Wouldn't surprise me if we did it. Capri, stunning Capri. Interior. See, he's got a bit of a wobble. Not struggling with the boot here. Just spotted this Transit. Short wheelbase, I think it's a Transit B80 or 120. Very, very, very clean. Very, very clean. 2.5 diesel, obviously. Not the banana engine, this one. This has got the older, this has got the other style engine. I can never remember the name of it. Yeah, the famous banana engine everyone used to like. Still go pretty well. Tops out about 60 mile an hour if you're lucky. But they were reliable old buses and they drove really well actually for what they were. This is immaculate. Just seen the guide price on it. Have a guess. About 9 grand. So the last one I bought was about 500 quid. And in fairness, it wasn't as far off clean condition as this one. It was actually some old boys Transit van I had, and it was immaculate. And we're going back about 15 years ago. It was on a G-Reg. And so, fortunately, someone ran into it and wrote it off, which was a shame. Right, we're outside in the old, called the non-running or the project section. So these aren't going to be driven through today, but they'll no doubt be sold. Got some gems already. GT Astra, a couple of Jacks, Bedford Astromats, Old Austin Metro. Bit of TLC required, bit of a fixer-upper. Best colour, brown, not. Hydrogas in, not sitting particularly level, as in none at all. 4-speed, the Old Austin engine. Yeah, that's needs some work. Although not as much work as this SD1 needs. 2600S, that is. Wing mirror needs a bit of gaff tape on it. No, sunroof. You just almost didn't want this with a sunroof, do you? Just to make the job even harder. Wow. Wow. Is that even fixable up? Would you? I just can't see any reason why you want to. I like SD1s, but there is a limit where people can do, what people can do to fix up. I think that is beyond it, to be honest. Never mind. Although saying that, even worse. Bit of light refurbishment required on this standard. Is it pennant these were? Standard pennant? Anyway, Astra GTA. Probably is worth restoring this. Used to go on these arches, these flat arches. Hell of a car these were in the day. So I repeat, they're a bit rusted out. Surprisingly decent inside. Although saying that, roof lining could do with a little bit of glue on it.
Digital dash.
I used to love these Astras. You know, the tape decks we used to have. Mum used to have one of these, not a GTE, she had an SRI one, I think it was. She loved it until someone stole it and ran away to Burton's menswear in it. Right, well, we've got quite a lot to be looking at today. So the main thing today we're looking at is to try and purchase some things that might be possible to either potentially retail, straighten my camera up a little bit, or stuff that we could potentially, or stuff we could potentially do a raffle with, some raffle prize vehicles, which we could obviously have lying around, a bit of nostalgia, we could fix up and then obviously raffle off during the year, which we're going to start doing with a few cars and have a bit of fun with it, and also make some money for charity. That is the aim of the game. And I say there's a few contenders there. The minis I'm interested in, there's the red one I'm really interested in, the blue one, and there's a couple of other ones that I might be tempted with. The Micra, I love that Micra, I really like that. And I'm also interested in a couple of the MGTFs, there's an MX-5 as well, so there's definitely some bits there that I think we could potentially bag today. And I no doubt we'll end up buying something really stupid as well, just because it's going through cheap, because that's what I usually do, end up buying something that I don't actually even look at. So anyway, we're going to get started in a minute. We'll be filming, hopefully. It could very, very crowded today, very, very crowded. People are saying it's very busy, and even busier than it is usually, so we will try our best to do filming, and obviously I'll do my best for the sound. It is really difficult in a really echoey room, auctioneer going on, lots of people, so hopefully you get the gist of what's going on, and I'll keep you posted throughout the sale. It's going to be here for a fair few hours, and hopefully at the end of it we will be talking about what we have managed to purchase today, because I don't want to come away here empty-handed. So let's get ourselves into the sale room. AXJS coming in.
An insurance claim Cat C in 1999.
Cat C in 1999.
I'm spraying at 59, £100, 5 down to 500, the car is on 700, that's 5 down to 500, that's 500, 5, 6 to be, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8 in the room, 5, 8 in the room, 8, 9, that's 5, 8 in the room, 5, 8, I'll take 59 in the room, 5, 9, 6,000 pounds, that's 6,000 pounds again in the room, that's 6 bills, that's 6,000 pounds, take 1. That's 6,000 pounds. That's 61, only going to 61 the vehicle on 2, sir. That's 62. That's 6,200 pounds. That's 62 on there. That's 62 the vehicle in the room now. 62. That's 6,200 pounds. Any further interest in that car? That's 62. Please don't wait for people. That's 6,003. Mine is back on the neck, 63. That's 63. Look forward, that's 64 on there. That's 64. We're back in the room. That's 6,400 pounds. That's 64 on there. That's 64 on there. That's 65. That's 6,400 pounds. We're back in the room. I'm seeing you hovering over there. That's 6,400 pounds. Vehicles had its time. Lovely, lovely vehicle of Jack. That's 6,400 pounds. All over there. That's 6,400. I'm going to find 6,500. 6,500. Back on the neck. That's 65. That's 6,500 pounds. That's 65. Mine is back on the internet. That's 65. I'll take 66 anyway. That's 66. We're back in the room. That's 6,600 pounds.
Getting there, they're very slowly.
That's 6,600 pounds. We're back in the room. That's 66. Lovely car, make your mind up now. That's 6,600 pounds. I'm selling it. Both they're expecting going out. They're all 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. That's the bit at 6.8, 6.9.
Last lorry.
That's 6.9 the bid, that's 6,900 the bid, that's 6.9 the bid, that's 6.9, it's all on the net now, that's 6,900, selling away for the second, final trial, 6.9.
Got there in the end, took his time. 6.9. Right, we're interested in
I've got commission bids here. I'm going to bring in at 4,100. At 4,000, at 4,1 only get a 4,1 a bit. That's on the internet. At 4,1 should make a bit of it. 4,2, 4,3, 4,3 you're in. At 4,5 you get a 45 on the telephone. 46 back to the net. 46. At 46. You're looking at many different money. At 46 you're at 7. At 46 you're at 7. Thank you very much. 46. At 4,600. At 46 only get a 46 a bit. At 46 I'm paying 47 anywhere. At 4,600 bed, you're out on the telephone, make no mistake. At 4,600 it's not expensive, look at the condition of it. At 4,600 it's had many a time that you're done with Troy Group for the first and elsewhere. For the second, third, final time, gentlemen, I don't want to miss out, it doesn't look expensive. 4,600 isn't expensive.
Not a dear car, really.
254.
There's an interesting one on Alpha 75. Very, very unique shape. It's a nice car. Extremely rare these days. But desirable, I'm not sure. All right.
That's back pressure. That's 31. That's 31. That's 31. Only been at 3-1. The middle tank 3-2. That's 3,100 bed coming out. Work rate on this shoulder. That's 31. That's 31. Only been at 3-1. Only been at 32 anyway. That's 3,100 bed. It's going to be more, I'm sure. That's 3,100 bed. All I'm doing is this money pretty well.
Yeah, a little bit more than that.
That's 3-1 the middle. That's 3-1 only bid. I'm going to spend the over any further interest in the room. 3,100 pounds. The camera's time 3-2. 3-2 only bid. 3-2 you spend time. 3-3. 3-3 the bid. You never know your luck. 3,300 pounds. 3-3 the bid. I'll take 34. That's 3,300 pounds. The camera's time. Then you'll go once. 3,300 is all on the internet once. 33 is done. That's the final. That's the provisional bid machine.
Wash beast. Oh, Citroen Dolly. 2CV, apparently driven to the sale. Even comes with a wicker basket on the back. Got a picnic basket on the back as well. Yeah. All right. There we go.
Got a colour back on the door though.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think that's a lot for that. your picnic basket? Midget. Up to this earlier. Drive that back.
What? Midget? Oh. You can drive that, man. That's how I go. Gee, 1,500 quid. £2.5 grand territory. No. That's not what I'm doing. That's called fun. That's all you're talking about.
What's the history in the office for you? And on the straight in.
I've had this white line.
At £1,500. That's 16, 17, 18, 19, all got it, £1,900 and 1998. 19.
Oh, gee, haven't done it.
No. That's £1,900.
Oh, go on. That bit.
That's 2,000 bit. 2-1. That's 2-1.
Low by a minute. Don't really want a midget.
2-2.
Why does it work?
2-3. 4-4.
On a road.
Yeah, the wipers want attention.
23, 24, fresh money. That's 2-4.
No.
2-5.
No.
2-6. 26, 27 on the right. That's 2-7.
I was tempted for a moment then.
That's 2-7. That's 2-7.
If you just want to get into classic car driving though, the whole thing, it's alright.
Oh, where's that?
That's 27. Any further interest in that?
Oh, public, it's on the about.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
£2,700.
Far away.
Don't commission anywhere on that. That's 2,700. Sell it by one.
It's not a bad price for that.
That's 2-7.
Not really what I was after today, but I got tempted for a moment.
16.
Just very quickly before we get back into this classic car auction video, could I just ask for a quick favour? Could you just do me a massive favour by clicking the like and subscribe button? Now, about 70% of the viewers who watch my channel on a regular basis that keep coming back to watch this content are not actually subscribed to the channel. So if you can do that now for me, you may not even be aware, you've been watching for months and months or years, that you're not even subscribed to the channel. So if you could just click that for me, helps me get that subscriber rate up, and by growing this channel, I'll be able to get more help with it and produce more content on the back of it, which hopefully you guys enjoy. So if you can just do that for me now, click that like and subscribe button, I'd much appreciate it. Anyway, let's get back into the auction room.
What do you do on a raffle?
Well, they're doing a promo on it, so they're expecting to do half decent money. No reserve, but let's be honest, it's probably going to do 2 to 3 grand, and I'm probably wrong. Yeah, just tell it's slightly off shade, isn't it? But it's not terrible. Overall, it's a lovely car. Last owner, last 26 years. Probably an old girl's had it.
The mileage, isn't it? 59 pounds.
26 years.
Then, okay.
There you go. That's why I was saying, and I was writing it together. £1,100.
Come on, son.
Yes.
Bet your bed up.
£1,200 on the bid at that £1,300 bid at 1,300. £1,400, £1,500, £1,500 bid at 15. At £1,500 is worth a bit more. At 15, acquisition 16 bid fresh money now. At 16, £1,700, £1,800, £1,900, £2,000, £2,001. That's £2,100, at 21, 22, 23, 2004, 2005. At 2005, it's here to sell at £2,500. At 25, on my left, I sell it away. At £2,500, unnoticed, 2,500 goes once, 2,500 goes twice. Don't want to miss on the whole road away. Done that. 2,500.
Thank God for that. I wasn't going to go one more bid. We won something.
We've won a car. We have won a car on the hammer. The Nissan Micra is ours. Probably paid more, £500 more than I wanted to pay, and literally at 2.5 grand, that was my last bid. I wasn't going to go anymore, but he did the trick, so it's ours. And actually, in fairness,
well, although I'm a little bit disheartened because the last time I bought one I paid 20 quid for, although the air gasket was gone, to in fairness to it, and it was about 20 years ago. But the point being that this one is rather clean, and I think it would make a decent prize car. I hope I'm right. I think there'd be a lot of interest in that. And I'd also think that you could probably maybe sell it on, maybe retail it, who knows. I'm happy. I don't care at the moment, and to be honest with you, I'm just happy I've won a car. But I'm not content with one, I want to win another. We've got some more minis coming in a bit, and that Fiat as well. Might be have a go at the Fiat, but I've got a strong limit on that. I don't want to give much more than £5,000 for it. I can see it doing a little bit more than that, to be fair, but we'll have a go. The red Mini, that is one I really like, that red one, and the blue one, which we didn't manage to win earlier. But the red one, I don't know, I love a red Mini. I would love to go for that, and then if not, there's a couple other ones further back, so we'll see. Anyway, let's get ourselves back in there, see if we can get another car bagged. The Wolseley Hornet, a nice thing. I'll put this in the maybe pile. Replacement engine. Some of the purists won't like that. Big load of Felicia pickup tub. It's like Jurassic Park, yes. Something like that, yeah. £46,000 guide on it.
Doesn't mean many of them.
No, well, if you would not notice it, would you?
No.
Oh, she's having a bit of an idle problem. Young lads having to keep the revs up. Been taught well. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd thing really, and it doesn't appear to be idling very well. He's having to keep the revs up. He's off. Oh, try, Tez.
Registered 1968, have a look around there. What a beautiful thing, isn't it? Like all along there. Have a look around there. Big test first of all. I'm straight in. 38. That's 3008. That's 38. 39. 39. 37.
Quite a straight old thing, this Tez, really. Not sure what they've started up in the background, but it sounds loud. The old Panther. £4,900. £5,000 on the Tez. good enough.
Normal, how's it start?
Yeah, it's like a good tick, don't they, a Fiat engine?
Oh, it doesn't radio spot on it.
Yeah. Okay, that's good news. It used to be prone for overheating, apparently. It says. That fills you with confidence, doesn't it? Got good oil pressure though. With a bloody roof. You like it?
We're in the fresh air.
We'll see what it does. Okay.
So,
4.5 to 5.5 grand.
1998. So just 48,000 miles. Well presented number one for the people from you. So V5 man. Two registered keepers, obviously big recommendation two registered keepers. It's on sale straight away, and we're straight in online. Great colour for one of these. I'm in at 5,300. At 5,300 now, then we're going forward quickly around minutes at 5,400.
Well, that's me out, because I had an idea of 5 grand in
Now
there.
at £5,400 I bid. At 5,400 it's telephone coming in. 5,500. Before you internet, I want the telephone.
Probably been a bit unrealistic at 5 grand.
5,700 now online. At 5,700, 5,800, at 5,900 straight back at you. At 5,009, £6,000 bid here now online. 6,100 here first. 6,200. At 6,002. At 6,200. At 6,002. 3 would you like? But it's at 6,200 I bid here. At 6,200. Look at the 3 becoming. But it's at £6,200 I bid here now. Bid 2 there. At 6,300. 6,500 on the telephone. That's £6,500 is on the telephone now, then a 6,500. They're going to do that to you instead. It's a 6,500 on the phone. 6,600 online. That's 6,600. That's 6,600. That's 6,600. That's 6,671. That's £6,600 on bid here now, then a 6,600 is going once. 6,600 is going twice. It's on sale over the door and goes right there. 6,600 it is. That's yours there. Thank you both bidders.
Sold away. Yeah.
Great car, he's got 283, the round clear there. Gordini, first registered 2010, so just 76.
Well, Renault Gordini RS. One day will be a classic, but I wouldn't say it's a classic now. Rare, slightly rare.
Presents really well this one. And I'm going to go straight in at 3,005. At 3,500 for Gordini now, then at 3,005 bid. At 3,500, 3,600, 3,700.
Why is that
At
cheap?
3,007. At 3,700 I'm bid now, then at 3,007. 8 do you want? At 3,008. At 3,800, 3,900. At 3,900, 4 would you like? At 3,009 bid. At 3,900. At £3,900 I'm bid now, then at 3,900. Looking forward to going £4,000 bid. At £4,000 I'm bid there now, then at 4,000. It's very provisional, this sort of money. 4,100, fresh money. At 4,100. At 4,000, what? 4,200, back online. At 4,200. At 4,300. At £4,300 I'm bid now in the room at 4,300. At 4,300, it's in the room.
Very tempting.
Press your buttons. At 4,300 bid there. At £4,300 it is still provisional. At 4,300. Long and down for the money. At £4,300 is now going 144. 4,500. 4,600. At £4,600 bid. At 4,600 I'm bid here now, then at 4,600. 4,700. At 4,700, you sure? At 4,700, that no I'm not. At 4,700. At 4,700. At £4,700 I'm bid now, then at 4,700 it is. It's still just
I
provisional.
suspect it's very provisional.
4,700 is now going once.
Probably got 6 grand, 6.5 on it, reserve probably, somewhere around there, you guess.
At 47.50.
At 5 to 7.
At 47.50. 48.
Oh, we're down to 50s now, we're getting
At
pinching.
48.
You want it?
At 4,800. Thank you, sir, if you like. 4,800 is in the room. At 4,800. 50, you're coming quick. 50. At 48.50. At 48.50.
It's not dear for one of those.
48.50 it is now going once. 48.50 it is now going twice. It is provisional. At 48.50 it is now for the last time. That provisional with you, 1647, thank you.
Not that one. Not for Billy.
There we go.
It's a bit short of reserve still.
There, the Mercedes 300 CE. First registered. No.
Right, we've got the red Mini just come through. This is.
You see the right up about it. Sits well, and I'm straight in at 3,001. At 3-1 on bid, straight in on line at 3-1, 3-2. At 3,002 I'm in here now, then at 3-2, 3-3, 3-4. At 3,004, at 3-4, 3-5, 3-6. At 3-6, at 3,600 I'm in the room at 3-6. At £3,600 and in provision of this sort of money. At 3,637, 3,8, 3,9. 4,000, 4,1, 4,2, 4,3, at 4,003, 4,4, 4,5, at 4,005, you don't want to take Sue home with you, at 4,5, at 4,005, at 4,5, at 4,500 up in there, then at 4,5, 4,6, fresh money, 4,7, at 4,7, 4,7, 4,8, 4,9, 5,000, we're on sale. It's never worth leaving on an even, is it? 5-1. At 5-1, you're sure? At 5-1, it's done it. At £5,100 I'm in here, it's on sale. At £5,100 is you're going once. 5-1 it is now going twice. You're all sure it's at £5,100 it is. That's yours, thank you, 1628. Lot 290 now.
We've won another car. The Mini Cooper is ours. I'm really pleased with that. I was like a kid in the sweet shop there. I basically broke all the rules of the auctions that I usually adhere to, which is not to go more than your sort of your bid price you've got in your head. No, I wasn't having that. I wanted that Mini. I've always wanted a Mini Cooper, and I like the 90s ones, the Rover Minis, the later ones. I mean, the late ones are the best, but that one is still a nice thing. And is it cheap? No. It was nearly cheap because it was starting off at about 3,000-ish mark, and then I think we were in about 3,700 quid. And at one moment I thought the hammer was going to go down, then it carried on going, and I was just like, no, I'm taking this Mini home with me tonight. And yeah, it's now ours. £5,100, so probably about 54 done. What we're going to do with it, not sure. Might raffle it. Got to convince myself not to keep it, which is going to be difficult. We've now got 2 bagged in as well, so it's been a pretty successful day so far. So we'll have a look what else is going to be going through. I'm not going to be buying anything else, but we'll certainly have a look what else is going through the sale room and see if there's any other bargains amongst all these classic vehicles. And then later on we'll get that Mini out. This old buzzard coming in. Talbot Horizon LS Series 2 Auto. I used to like Talbots. I don't know why, so a lot of soft spot for Talbot. Clean thing. Very clean thing. Just waiting for the Talbot to come in, but this MGB has sprung a leak.
Last time, just provisional at 3.9. That's just provisional with you at 3.9.
Yeah, I can see why it may be provisional.
I thought it's not your thing here.
I love classic cars. Obviously not really dealing them, but I've got a few ideas for a couple of bought today, so hence why I'm here. There you go.
You bought a couple here?
Yeah, bought 2 here, yeah. Mica and Mini, red Mini.
Right.
Yeah.
We've got a telephone
See what this Talbot does anyway. Rare auto as well.
You can travel the fairway yesterday, mate.
3 hours, yeah.
seriously rare car, this one.
I made a misfolding for that car.
They don't make runners anymore, and I'm straight in. £900 a bid, 900, 1,000 bid, 1,100, £1,100 a bid, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 1,800, £1,800, 1,900, fill it up. That 1,900 don't leave you there. 2,000 online. That £2,000 on bid. That £2,000. That £2,000 on bid. That 2,000. Surely you're not leaving me there. That £2,000 on bid here now. That 2,000. Well, what if you cut it? That 2,000. Don't stop it on an even at 2-1. On the telephone at 2-1. That £2,100 on bid is in the room at 2-1. That £2,100 on bid there now. There's a 2 week anywhere. There's a 2,001. That 2-1 on bid here now. On the telephone at 2,001. It is going once. 2-1 it is now going twice. You sure you're all going to have? Telephone takes it at 2,100. That's yours. 2-1 on the telephone. Thank you.
struggle finding another one of those. Old 5 coming in. Beautiful car, this. Beautiful mode car. Got a fresh ticket on her as well. That's cheap, that. Cheap car. Again, if I had not bought two vehicles today, sorry, my hand would be going up now. It's certainly a lot cheaper than the Micra I bought earlier. I don't think this is iconic though. In fairness, you still see, that would have been good footage if he fell over them, wouldn't it? You still see a Rucker 205s on the road still, mainly because, well, one, they were quite a well-built car, but also they just didn't rot. They were split rot boxes, so you still see the odd one floating around everywhere. Much value for an old classic car. Sold though, sold my way. Oh, this, now we're talking. No reserve on this, I've got to keep my hands down. In your pocket. Could buy this. 30,000 miles. Got the 1.4 Metro engine in, 8 valve one.
1.4S. Keep it in your pocket.
Ah, it's too...
No. I won't buy it.
It's worth more than that. I know I want to, but oh, 900 now. It's a lot of hassle having to pick it all up and come back again. Gotta get 2 back as it is. That's a cheap car. It's 30,000 miles. I've sold loads of these over the years. Regretting that now. But yeah, these lads are committed. They've got like a camera on a little trolley thing going underneath. Must be checking for corrosion. Either that or they're looking for a bomb. Right, we're getting towards the end of the sale now. We're just waiting for this G40 to go through. We're not going to be buying it, unfortunately, because well, we've already bought 2, so I don't think we're going to bang bounce and stretch to 3 today. All the stress as well of trying to get a third one back. But we have just noticed on this G40 as we're going around it, well, mainly for nostalgia reasons. With my colleagues just noticed, which is a good find, that the radiator fan has been disconnected, which is not good. It looks like to me, well, this has been boiled over at some point. There's water mark there, cap's loose. It's just, not a good sign. See, it's been laid up, and it's also got a very strange MOT history where it got MOT last year, and then it was never MOT'd all the way back to 2007 when they first started recording MOTs online. It's almost been off the road until last year, and then I had a ticket. There's something not quite right with this, but we're going to see what it does, because it's a rare old thing.
Here's a little 1991 VW Polo, the G40, first registered 91, showing us 30,000 miles on this one. This is a supercar.
Doesn't sound too bad, this.
G41.
Coming in.
Runs and drives well stayed by.
It's just just not right that there's clearly been some overheating going on, and why was someone disconnected the radiator? That just seems really strange.
That's 3-1, I've got your hands everywhere. That's 3-1, I've been down at 3,132. That's 3-2, I've been down at 3,200 I've bid. That's 3-2, I've bid. 3-3, that's 3-3, 3-4, 3-5. That's 3-5, I've been down at 3,005. That's 3-5, I've been down at 3-6. That's 3,600 pound 3-7. That's 3-7, I've been down at 3,000.
I suspect this is very provisional.
3-8. That's 3,800 pound. I've been here at 3,890. I see. It's at 3,800. That's 3-8. I've been here at 3,800. 4,000. 4,000. Don't leave me there and surely always worth another one. You've got to hold the bid to stand a chance at 4,000 pound. It's still provisional at 4,000.
Yeah, there's just something not right about this car, I feel, because it's just not the interest you would initially expect to see on something like this. I think the more you sort of look round it, you dig round it, you check out the history of it, look under the bonnet, it just becomes a little bit more dubious.
4-2 provisionally, and it's going twice. It's your last time into that at 4,200 pound and is provisional. 4-2 provisional.
200 provisional. Well, there we go.
Lot 355 there as a 19 service history from 1991 to 2003, showing 12 service hours. Where are we going to go with this one then? I'm going £1,500 for this one.
Well, there she is. It's now my prized possession for now, the old Mini Cooper. And so far, the few hundred yards it's done from the other side of the wall to here, it's been absolutely faultless. But now it has got to do about 140 miles back, which is well, any car you get from the auction doing 140 miles in can always be challenging. In an old Mini, we could be asking for trouble. But in fairness, if it gets back in one piece, at least we've got a cracking car to sell or to raffle or whatever we're going to do with it. I'm not sure. We'll decide that when we get both of them back and I can go through them and work out what I'm going to do. The micro, we're going to have to get that picked up in the week, come back in a low loader, I think. Send one of my lads up for that. So yeah, I decided that of the two, just couldn't help myself, I've got to go back in the Mini. So we'll go back in this now. I'll let you know how I got on, and then we'll have a chat about the day and a few other things that we saw as well. So wish me luck. Let's get back to the pitch. Right, hope you enjoyed that classic car content. Let's have a chat about what we won and also what we nearly won and what we saw today in this video, and what we're going to be doing as well with the vehicles we won today. So we'll start off with the little victories, which is two. We got the Nissan Micra and also the Rover Mini Cooper. Now, really chuffed we got two wins there, because I would have been disappointed if we could just come away with just the one. Two vehicles is really what I had in mind. I could have potentially bought a third or a fourth, but the Mini, I paid a little bit more than what I was expecting for that. And then there's also the logistics of it as well, because to go back and pick up the cars, it's a fair old stretch. So we drove one back, but we had to go back with the recovery truck, I had to send a driver to recover the Nissan Micra. And to have got a third one, yes, we probably could have took a member of staff to have done that and gone back with it, but it is a bit of a trek, to be honest. So I don't know, next time maybe I might just get a transport if I go buy a few and then get them all transported in one hit. We'll have to work that out next time. But two cars sorted. They start off with the Nissan Micra. That was the first purchase. Now, before that, we were actually looking at some Minis. We were looking at the green sort of, I call it Oxford Green Mini. It might not be Oxford Green, that's what I'm calling it. But that light green Mini, which I'm pretty sure now, looking back at it, is not the original sort of spec for it, period. I think someone's just took a Mini City E and then just modded it. It actually was quite a nice thing. It was a really nice car. Very different to the one I bought, which is a sort of a late Rover Mini Cooper. And I was tempted to have a bid on the green one. But what was the problem is that the navy blue Mini 1000E, which I didn't actually see go for the auction because I had a lot of people initially at the start were in the way, sort of true with the filming, so I didn't capture a very good shot of it, but that sold and actually did really strong money, and I was waiting for that one. So I thought, well, the blue one's probably going to be about the same money as this green one. I'll hold out for the blue one, and that did even more money, mainly because it was absolutely out of the box. So I say we didn't get the green Mini, we didn't get the blue Mini, then the Micra rolled in, so I thought, well, we need to get something in the bag now, because I thought maybe we might struggle with the red Mini, because that was probably going to do strong money, because that was a really nice car. I better get something nailed down, and I was really taken by that Micra. And I don't know why, why, because I used to deal with them all the time, and to be honest with you, I never used to look at them particularly favourably or anything like that. They were okay for what they were, but I'm going back to when I was starting out in this game, probably, 20 years ago now. And like I said, the last one I bought cost me about 20 quid. So for me to pay nearly £2.5 for one was a little bit of a kick in the old knackers, but it was a really nice classic, and we've since got it back, and everyone who's popped on the pitch and sort of seen it, although I have tried hide it out of the way, but people have seen it on the pitch have gone wow, and sort of reminiscing with it. You say you just don't see them anymore. You say original Mark 1 Micras, that car we all learned to drive in and stuff like that. So I am really pleased with it. I've actually been home in it once or twice as well. It drives like a peach, so I'm over the moon with that car, although probably paid £500 more than what I was actually willing to. But it doesn't really matter because we've got big plans for it. Moving on, we did look then at the Fiat Coupe Turbo. Nothing wrong with the car, drove through fine. I don't know, it just did a lot more than I thought it was going to do. And probably, if you was going to go out and buy one of them, thinking about it, I probably would have got one in yellow. Not that I'm a massive yellow car fan at all, particularly if it's Italian, because I've had a bad Fiat 500 once in yellow that, well, didn't give me nightmares. But those Fiat Coupe Turbos in yellow did look the absolute bollocks, and I thought that would have been the right colour for it. And it did strong money anyway, so that one was off the table. I was also very tempted on bidding on that Wolseley Hornet, and I nearly bid on the MG Midget as well. I'm not a fan of midgets with rubber bumpers, to be honest, but it started off very, very cheap, and it sounded really well, and it didn't look bad either. It looked a really clean car, but then it just started to get into the £2.5 grand mark, and I thought, well, do you know what? No, I better hold off here and wait for one of these minis. I've got to plough into the minis, or at the time, looking at that G40, which was going to be coming further on in the sale. A few more vehicles went through, some interesting bits, and then eventually we got to the Rover Mini Cooper. Now, the Rover Mini Coopers started from about 92 onwards, and the big difference between the Rover Mini Coopers between the earlier sort of Austin ones was the fact that from 92 onwards is that they were all fuel injection models, so single point injection, and eventually came multi-point injection. Ours was an early single point injection, so no messing around with carbs, no problems with SU carbs or anything like that, having to set them all up, which is a blessing. You just turn the key and off you go. And it looks like it'd been recently had some paint done on it and been a bit of restoration done to it. The engine was sweet, it got decent mileage on it, it has history. I'm not saying it's completely out of the box mint, it's a really good example, and with a few little touches, little bits of trim I noticed missing, just wanted finishing off, but it was a sound looking little car. But looked the part and the engine sounded right, and I just love those late 90s Cooper Minis, so I thought, you know what, I've got to have this. And at first I thought I was on to a winner. It started off at low 3000s, and there was a point at about 3700 when I thought, we're going to win this. I think it was actually provisional, but I thought we're going to get the hammer down on this, and then we can just negotiate from there. But sadly, new money came in, and we got a bit of a bidding war, and it ended up at just over £5 grand. I think it was 5,100 at £5 grand. I stumbled a little bit, and I thought, no, I better just have one more bid, because I could be in the same position as the man next to me who's bid £5 grand. Let's give him a way out. If he's going to come out, I'll go 5-1. I still want it. He might then decide to fold, and he did. He folded, and we won the vehicle. So, relatively pleased with that. I'd like to have been £1,000 cheaper, but it is what it is. It's a nice car, and thankfully, I drove it home 145 miles all the way back to Cheshire, and it did not miss a beat. It was an absolute hoot to drive, so I'm really pleased with that. And I've also ordered lots of other stuff for that. We're going to do some bits to it, just to sort of change it up a little bit. New mats and carpets. Going to change the radiator in it, because it's got the old style radiator in, then it's a bit tired. Just smarten it up a little bit, because battery bits and minis are really, really cheap, and there's an abundance of them. So then once we bagged those two vehicles, we're pretty much then just sort of having a look what was going through. Look, if something really, really cheap that I could not miss up had gone through, I might have had another go on a third car, but my sort of thought was that we need to step back now and just see what goes through, and just carry on with a bit of filming for you. So there were some interesting cars, and I've even got more content to come, which I'll probably bundle up for you and throw on later in the week. But we did see I'll tell you what I was interested in actually, the Talbot Horizon, that little automatic one in that Doom Blue. Was a really nice straight car. Haven't seen one of them, well, there wasn't many of them about anyway, but I haven't seen one of them probably since I was about a kid, 10 years old or something like that. I used to know a neighbour who used to have one. It did look a real nice thing. You just know that sort of car just looked like it was just going to drive spot on. Saying it didn't do a lot of money, did it? I think it only did about 1,500-1,600 quid from memory, which I think was cheap, but trying to get parts for that, I think, could be difficult. I don't know much about the Talbots in regards to the parts out there, but I think you may struggle to get some items for that. So that would be a cheap car, but they say parts is going to be a real issue. Perhaps there's some Talbot owners out there who can correct me wrong, but I said I was very tempted by it. Also tempted as well by the Rover 200. Don't know why, no reserve car. Started off, I think, about 600-700 quid. I think it ended up at about 700 or 800 if I remember rightly. It might have been 900 round there, sort of. It was under £1,000 anyway. I say I bought and sold loads of them over the years. Those were over 200s. And I was really tempted. Only done 30,000 miles. Had I had not bought another car that day, I probably would have definitely bought that Rover. Or maybe the 205, the white 205. I didn't think that was a dear car either. And some would argue that 205 was a better bargain than maybe the Micra I bought. Personally, I'm not just saying it because I bought it, if I had a choice, I'd probably still go for the Micra because I just think there's a little bit more sort of nostalgia for the Micra. A 205, when people think of 205s, the immediate thing they think of is the GTIs and stuff. So, but whereas in the Micra, you know, if I just show you a K10 Micra, that's the image you have in your head, a little red K10 Micra. Then finally as well, we looked at the VW G40. By this point, really, I mean, we already bought 2 cars, so it was unlikely we were going to buy the G40. And then as we started going around it, I don't know, there was something not quite right with it. It might have been the case that it's been at the auction and people have been messing with it. It does happen. I've seen it firsthand when I used to run my auction. People do unplug things. That can happen. So maybe that might have been the case. But like I said, radiator cap was undone and it was looked like it'd been leaking water or been overheating. There had been issues with the radiator fan where it'd been unplugged and there was some wiring that was all dangling everywhere. It didn't seem right. It had a little bit of a checkered past as well and literally not been MOT'd up until last year and then it just been left to expire. It just wasn't the right feeling for me. If I was going to go to an auction and buy one of those G40s in the future, I think I need to be buying one out the box and just pay the right money for it because they are quite a niche thing, those. If you're going to buy one, I think you really do need to buy one that is ready to go and is absolutely spot on. Anyway, I really enjoyed my day at Anglia Car Auctions. By the way, they were absolutely fantastic. The staff were really, really friendly there as well. I had no issues with me filming or anything like that. You know, it was just a great atmosphere, a really great day to go to. I say even a family day out as well. You could take kids in there if you want to, have a look around. It's a really interesting day out. And you never know, you might even come home with a classic. I will put Anglia Car Auctions details in the link description. If anyone wants to go there, and you can say they do the live sales as well, which they also put on YouTube. Honestly, well worth subscribing to Anglia Car Auctions YouTube channel as well, which I'll put in the link description. Also bumped into a lot of people who recognised me that day. Obviously, I went there expecting that 1 or 2 people might come over and have a conversation, but I wasn't quite ready for the sort of response I got. I must lost count about 30, 40 people. I seem to spend all my day shaking people's hands and chatting to people, which was great. And I also bumped into a couple of other YouTubers as well. I had a really interesting chat from the chap from UK Barn Finds. So I always watch his content as well. So it was really great to meet him as well. So just a really pleasant day. Anyway, let's talk about those 2 cars. What are we going to be doing with the Mini and the Micra? Well, it is now confirmed. They are not being retailed or anything like that, so please don't ring me, ask me to buy them, but you can win them because next week we are going to be launching the first ever Car UK channel raffle. More details will follow next week, but to let you know, both those cars are going to be available to win in the raffle. We're going to start it off literally probably like £2 a ticket with a load of bundle offers as well, so you can get lots of free tickets, sell some tickets. Hopefully someone can win a fantastic car, which will have the option of lots of sub prizes as well. We're going to get some bundles from Top Don, so we've got lots of sub prizes, and a cash alternative will be available too. And also on the back of that, hopefully we can sell lots of tickets and raise some money for charity as well, which you guys are going to select where that money will go. We're going to talk more about that next week, go through all the cars in more detail and how you can get involved in the first ever Car UK raffle. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out immensely. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next one.